Do you like Sonic the Hedgehog? Alright, now that all the functioning members of society clicked off, I found the perfect game for Sonic fans everywhere. Earthworm Jim 3D Spark the Electric Jester 3. And I cannot stress how good this game is. It's like if Sonic Frontiers was made by competent developers. Dear lord. I'll even go and say it's dethroned my previous favorite high-speed platformer, Earthworm Jim 3D Sonic Generations. This game pretty much perfected the formula with some of the best level design to date. So how'd they mess it up this bad? Now that I reached my daily quota of dogging out Sonic forces, time to talk about Spark 3. The game starts off with our main character Spark, driving in his Bugatti. After the first level is done, Spark gives us a summary of what's going on. He is not a reliable source. Pretty much he wants to stop his metal counterpart named Spark from releasing his army, the Spark Force. Upon completing the next level, a mysterious foe appears, which we later get to know as Flint, a character from Spark 2. I start hyping myself up, thinking he about to be fodder, then 2 minutes later I'm being thrown off a cliff into the Shadow Realm. Later in the story, while Spark is eating his Pac-Man burger, we meet the third person on the cover art, Float. Now, Float is actually an AI based on a character from Spark 2, but more on that later. Float starts begging for that burger like a homeless person, but my boy hits her with the "what are those, cause them Jordans are fake as hell." They finish talking and decide to team up. Passing a couple levels and bosses, we get to the final level of the game. First things first, gotta beat up Flint. He got no diffs, wasn't even close. Next is the marathon of a level, and I mean god damn that's long! Completing the next level leads to a cutscene where Spark can finally confront Fark and put an end to the Spark Force. Spark demands that him stop, and he agrees? Well, yeah, turns out we were never the good guys of the story. It's revealed that our companion Float was actually the AI Clarity, who aims to take control of the world. Spark starts tweaking out thinking, damn, I sold. Spark reveals that the Spark Force was actually designed to stop Clarity from getting to this location. At this point, I'm absolutely flabbergasted. Like, we went from lighthearted fun to bringing the end to the world. And it gets worse. The entire game was a simulation based on the original events. So we were destined to fail since the beginning. Spark, at his most vulnerable moment, gets taken over by Clarity, turning into Clockwork Spark, an enemy that Spark has to defeat. After the fight, Spark gets freed from Clarity's control. Spark and Fark do the fusion dance, becoming Sparks, proving that they are better than Goku and Vegeta, cause they didn't fail the fusion. Sparks then goes after Centralis, who at this point has become the William Afton of the Spark universe. After their win, Spark fuses with the system to try to destroy it, taking himself down with it. Spark throws an XQC tantrum at the fact that Spark would get rid of all this power, becomes a real boy, and convinces Spark to stop. The two team back up and move into the future, ready to stop the next threat that comes their way. That was one hell of a story. Time to move on to my favorite part, the gameplay, and god is it good. Spark 3 takes heavy inspiration from the Sonic Adventure games in level design and overall control. I mean this when I say these are the most fun levels I've ever played. Taking a look into the shop, you can buy new abilities and power-ups to help with platforming. With an amazing sense of speed and incredibly tight controls, this game only gets better on repeat playthroughs. This game is already as good as it gets as a platform. There's ladder combos?! This game single-handedly scratches my Sonic itch, along with my Devil May Cry itch. Sure, the combat never gets as complex as something like DMC or Bayonetta, but what is here leaves a lot to sink your teeth into. Along with the protagonist Spark, you can switch to different characters including Float, Spark, and Sparks, all having unique movesets and abilities. With the included parry system and extra moves available in the shop, I can safely say this is one of the best 3D platformers out there. Hey, what's that level over there? Special throwback. Oh my gosh. This mad lad ported all the levels from Spark 2 over to 3, being the definitive way to play all these stages. Honestly, it's so refreshing seeing a game make a port of all its old content in a new format and not sell that for $40 as a buggy mess that hardly works, while at the same time, not delisting the original content. Moving on, after completing the levels from Spark 2, we unlock the freaking Bloody Palace. Might as well rename the game to Spark May Cry. This new mode is a gauntlet of infinite floors, getting harder and harder over time. It is going to be the ultimate test of your combat skills up to this point. Getting to and beating floor 100 is a true challenge that took me weeks to do, but it's all worth it to unlock the last secret level, a boss fight against the main antagonist from Spark 1 and 2, Freeum. Another incredibly hard fight later, we get a cutscene leading to a sneak peek of the next game's plot, which I am incredibly excited to see. Now that I pretty much spoiled the entire game for you, buy it. It's a really good game. It's better than Sonic Forces, alright? And if you don't, I'm at your front door.